TORP here. The anomaly is real. The gig worker anomaly is a son of a bitch. You guys know about my last two videos, especially the last one, that I got a contract violation for doing something on behalf of DoorDash. Not on behalf of me. I did it to keep my top dasher status. Do you know how many times I've had to explain what it is that I do for a living to other people and they don't get it? Do you know how many times that's happened? It's happened more times than I got views across the board since the first video that I've made on gig work. The bitch of it is that when you go out there and you become a top dasher, you know what you got to go through to get it. That shit ain't no fucking breeze. It doesn't smell good. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It gives you a fucking headache. Hell, it's even a fucking caffeine buzz killer. When you out there and you push it, and you grind it, and you paying the bills, and sometimes that shit don't work out too good because you got just enough for the bills because you waited the last second, boom, I need $300 now. You go out there and grind, you get it. I do that shit with DoorDash alone. I got Uber Eats as my backup, and I got Point Pickup as a backup. And them shit is good. But normally I don't even think about it, honestly. Because, you know, at the end of the fucking week, I make bank. I do. The economy sucks so bad right now, though, that bank isn't what it used to be. You pull $750 a week, net, and they come and take that net, and they wrap it around your fucking neck, and they hang you. That's what happens. That ain't no joke. That's the real. Hell, man, I make more than some people that went to school. College. That ain't no joke when you got bills to pay. So I understand the point where we have to defend ourselves for doing what DoorDash asks us to do. And we do it, and then we get penalized for it. Now, when are they going to change that? What benefits anybody other than the DoorDash's bottom line when we do that? You say, well, no, whoa. I did pay my bills. That shit's done. Ain't nobody mad at me. But I had to sacrifice my ratings to do it. Why? I thought DoorDash had shareholders. I thought them shareholders were happy that those $2.25 orders were being delivered. What happened to that? I say, now wait a minute. This guy got a contract violation because the customer says this shit didn't go right. He fucked up. I want my money back. The dasher's got to do what? Take it up the ass? Why? Because that automated system don't work right? Yeah, you got paid. They didn't take the money back. But now you got to worry about that your cushion's gone. I call it a cushion. The cushion is when you know that there's a 99.99% possibility that somebody's going to fuck you to get a free meal. And they're going to get away with it 99.99% of the time. That is the plight that we as dashers, Uber Eats, and any other gig app has to deal with as a driver. You can do everything right and it still ain't enough. That system needs to be fucking checked and or fixed. Both would make me happy. I get to the point to where I say to myself, there's a channel on here called DoorDash San Diego. Bet on yourself one day at a time, just to bet on you. I started off my channel by talking about the channel, so there ain't no sense in stopping that. He always said had a backup plan. Now I know what he meant. Fucked up thing about it is now he needs one. And that's what I was always driving at. You do need a backup plan. Make one of these other gig apps. Fuck, how many are there? Make one of those work for you. Know that shit's there at the ready. Make sure that shit's working. Make sure your shit's up to date. Make sure you got that fucking, that fucking card ready. You go out there and you work for 4 hours and you need some money. You go out there and work for 4 hours, pull that card out, stick it in a fucking all-point ATM, boom, money in hand. Why in the fuck would any gig app want to scare you into thinking that you're going to get deactivated due to a scam or a mistake? Last time I fucking checked, the mistake was just that. It's like a car accident. It wasn't malicious. You ran into somebody's bumper, they ran into you. They wasn't out to get you. There wasn't no malicious intent. It was a boo-boo. Shit happens. Now, I know a lot of you're going to say, well, that's what the contract violation is. You don't get deactivated for one. I said, that ain't the fucking point. It drives you batshit crazy when that happens because you're like, a part of my cushion's gone. What I want to do is go out there and feel comfortable and feel good about what I'm doing. Feel that breeze. Turn on the radio. Know I'm making somebody happy. You know, they're waiting for you to deliver that order. You want to feel as good about it as the customer waiting on it. They see you on the GPS coming in. Why should that be ruined because DoorDash has a problem with their system? I said in my last video about top dashers get a little bit of leeway there. If they go in the extra mile for you and they picking up those 225s to keep that top dasher status, it's not just me. It's not just the other dashers like me that are winning. They get dash anytime. They get top priority. Yes. And that shit ain't no joke. For those of you that think Top Dash is a joke, it's not. And if it is, it's not a funny one. This shit works. But why ain't Top Dashers getting a little bit priority fucking status on these goddamn scammers? Or if a restaurant makes a mistake, why ain't we getting some priority? It's like, since when is it? I know that as a gig worker, as an independent contractor, there is no such thing as seniority. That does not exist in our world. But how about saying this motherfucker got 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 deliveries? And he's got a 5.0 customer rating? Fuck that bullshit. Maybe he's got a 4.70. That's Top Dasher stats. And his acceptance rate and his fucking completion rate are solid. Why the fuck you ain't getting no fucking... You know what? Let's not rush to conclusions here and just assume that since somebody said on a $2.25 order, which I know that DoorDash would say, it doesn't matter how much the order was. Wrong is wrong. I disagree. Sometimes right is right. Why is it that you can do a shop and deliver and get a 5.0 customer rating and get Top Dasher status for a week, knowing full good and goddamn well that any fucking item that you pick up, say it's 27 items, any one of those that's a mistake, picked up wrong, the bag's ripped, it's not cold enough, they ordered ice cream in the middle of fucking July, all that shit made it to the house. None of that's got nothing to do with you guys. We have nothing to do with it, but we delivered it and got a 5.0 rating. Any man or woman that's able and does do those orders where they pick up 27 items and deliver it successfully, why in the fuck? How can a man or a woman pick up a bag that ain't got no fucking name on it, ain't got no fucking receipt on it, and it's sealed, get a fucking contract violation for delivering the wrong order when the motherfucker just delivered 27 goddamn items perfectly? That type of fucking driver does not make those kind of fucking mistakes on a regular. And if they're not on a regular, why in the fuck does a contract violation stick? We all make mistakes. That is going to continue until the day we are all buried and people are crying. But why in the fuck does one mistake that is an unknown mistake, unlooked into mistake, it's an automated violation, constitute you as a driver being nervous and losing their cushion to be comfortable when comfort, confidence, and reliability and enjoyment is what makes a driver good? Why remove that from the driver without any solid concrete evidence other than some fucknuts goddamn I didn't receive the order right? Well, I'm sorry, I didn't make it. I didn't bag it. There was no receipt on it. And if I call Dasher support and tell them there's no receipt on the bag, There's no name on the bag. This restaurant doesn't have a pickup shelf. Am I supposed to get on the phone for 20 minutes? What are they going to tell me? They're going to tell me to deliver it. Why make the call? But then when you deliver it, and the customer's either in fraud mode and wants it for free and says it was wrong, or the merchant themselves has a newbie on planet X, as I like to call it, and the newbie isn't paying attention in class, getting straight D's across the board, probably won't be employed there next week, couldn't give two shits about you, gives you the wrong bag. Could give a fuck. No repercussions to that employee, but I take a penalty because that employee gave me the wrong bag, or the customer fucked up and decided to be fraudulent, manipulate, and lie. I take the hit. Some things you just know to be true. This is one of them that I know to be true. I'm a huge DoorDash fan. I love the platform. It's fallible, just like me. But if I treated DoorDash platform the way they treat me with these contract violations, I wouldn't drive for them anymore. I got one foot in the door to being deactivated because I got one contract violation, which has not been answered in the appeal. So what if I did that? What if I said, wait a minute, you don't trust me? You're going to take everybody else's word but mine. What if I said that about you, DoorDash? What if I said I trust all the other apps but you? I don't get a contract violation when somebody else is almost 99.99% at fault. They don't put it on me. Why is DoorDash putting it on me? So I think it's a mutual respect thing. How about this? A little respect goes a long way. If I've busted my ass and it shows in the numbers, how about letting those numbers speak for the appeal? If I'm a repeat offender, we got problems. But I had one contract violation in the last 30, so fuck my life. It's been goddamn over a year. So why in the fuck I ain't getting the benefit of the doubt? Customer did, right off the bat with that automated system. Right off the bat. Boom. Customer's right, driver's wrong. I was like, wait a minute. Just because DoorDash got paid their premium doesn't mean I'm wrong. And how many other drivers are willing to accept those orders to keep that top dasher status? Are waiting in line to do it. My understanding of it is here on YouTube, and the drivers I talk to in line are fed up and shit up, full of nuts in their fucking head with these 225s, these 475s, and then get yelled at for doing them? You gonna reprimand me for doing it? Because you know that is going to be a possibility, and when it happens, you're like, the fuck did you think was gonna happen? You're flirting with disaster. When disaster happens, don't blame the driver so goddamn fast. Maybe give some thought to the fact that drivers are here to make money, and the ones with good ratings and have been doing it for a long time don't come out here to fuck it up. We're not out here to fuck it up. We're out here to get paid. We know this. If you're going to get paid, you got to do it right. If you make a mistake, you man up. If you didn't make a mistake, you appeal it. And when you appeal it and it's unheard, that makes you wonder about every single fucking delivery after it. Your confidence is shit. Your confidence is shit. Anyway, it was just multi-app. It's like, what the fuck do you mean multi-app? You mean all the rest of the platforms can't do the same fucking thing? They're all following suit the way I see it on YouTube. All these fucking channels talking about deactivations, talking about bad customer ratings, don't know why. I do realize that there's a shit ton of people waiting in line to get on these apps, and the ones that are just getting on it, they'll do anything that they're asked to do. And then you hear this all the time. Well, there's always somebody waiting in line for your position. It's like, yeah, but when does that make it right to treat people like garbage? When does humanity come back into it? How about a hand clap for the driver that's doing the 225s instead of kicking him in the butt when the customer says wrong order or not delivered? When the driver went out of his way, used a fucking webcam, everything, did it all right, has proof, and it still don't count. They still stick with it. When that cushion is removed, the driver, his mentality is removed. The positive energy is removed. You want to go out there and have a good time, make people happy. You want to get paid. It's showing the ratings. And when those ratings reflect that, I think that's what the appeal should be about. Look at this motherfucker's history. Drive on, people. TORP out.